Aloha and welcome to Career Connect, brought to you by Leeward Community College's ASUH and Career Central. This is your go-to in-person podcast for all things career. Whether you're figuring out your passion, preparing for internships, or getting ready to crush it after graduation, we've got your back. Tune in for real talk with alumni, industry professionals, and campus insiders who will share tips, tools, and stories to help you level up your future. On today's episode, our host, Kiani Verdugo, is joined by Jaime Craycroft, a faculty member here at Leeward Community College with a strong background in music and education. Together, we'll dive into Jaime's journey, exploring how she's found her voice, challenges she's faced along the way, and how those experiences shaped her path into education. Join us as we hear their story on this episode of Career Connect.
So, aloha, Jaime. Thank you for being with us here today. So, to kick off, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Goodness, yes. Okay, so I'm from the North Shore, graduated from Kahuku High School, and I found my way up to here, actually, at LCC after high school, and graduated with my AA, got my music certificate from here as well. And I married my high school sweetheart, and we have 2 daughters, 2 cats. But in the process of all of that, I was able to continue my academic journey.
Awesome. So, can you just go a little bit deeper into your background in music and how you found yourself teaching at Leeward?
Sure, yes. So, like I mentioned, I graduated here from LCC, and I was able to find my voice. I had the opportunity to be in a choir at the high school that I went to. And I wasn't grounded in my voice. I didn't really know my voice that well until I came here. I had an amazing instructor, Marilyn Kim, and she actually showed me that I'm a soprano, which just gives me a little bit more of an identity of who I am vocally and as a singer. And so that really catapulted my journey, my vocal journey, because I was able then to continue my studies at UH Manoa, graduated there in a degree of musical theater, and then continued to get my master's in vocal performance. But along the way, of course, I can't stay off the stage. So I'll be performing in musical theater productions on the island with Hawaii Opera Theater as well. So that all of that experience really allowed me to feel a lot more confident in my teachings and confident in teaching here at LCC. And what better place than to come back to your alma mater and teach.
Awesome. So, for students looking into pursuing an academic subject certificate in the performing arts here at LCC, what courses are available here at Leeward Community College?
Sure. We have a variety of courses within the acting department. Mm-hmm. We have beginning acting. There's even an improvisational course as well. We have dance as well. We have ballet as well as contemporary. Mm-hmm. And I actually just created a new course here, musical theater. So it's a great opportunity to get on the stage by taking these courses.
Awesome. So can you share with us what kinds of challenges do music students face today, and how do you help them overcome these challenges?
Sure. Oh, gosh. So today, a lot's going on. A lot of the world is going on. So there's a lot of chatter going around, and it's important to help my students stay focused and help them understand it is a little bit challenging when you're given workloads. Mm-hmm. You have to balance your academic career, your family, and things like that. So it is a bit of a challenge getting through those things, but I just help them by giving them goals throughout the semester, vocal goals, and I also talk about performance anxiety because that's a big challenge for a lot of performers, nerves. they can just take over and ruin everything, all that you've worked for. So we openly talk about nerves and how it affects everybody. And it's really nice to see connections with the other students saying, oh my gosh, yes, my handshake too when I get nervous or things like that. So it's a great experience and a bonding experience as well to help them shift and navigate through some of these hard times.
Awesome. So how can you nurture creativity in your students, or how do you nurture creativity in your students?
Yeah, definitely. Creativity is something I tell my students that it's something that you may have, but it's better to practice upon. So within our class, in my classes, for example, we really study the text of the music and the importance of storytelling, so that they get really familiar with the music and the history of the song as well, so that way they can put their own creative stamp on it. We also do improvisation in our class, which is a lot of fun. But in order to do that, we have to have a safe space. So I do try to build that type of community and that safe space at the start of the semester. So that way, when they get up there and they make mistakes, they're okay with that. But it is also strengthening their creativity too.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So how do you see music education impacting students beyond just their musical skills?
Sure. Music education is a great way to build confidence within yourself, to strengthen communication skills, collaboration skills, and empathy, actually, of course, too, because students study how it is to become a performer. So the process, they tend to really recognize within the other performers, and they know that what it takes to get up there is a lot of work and things like that. So I think that's, yeah.
Awesome. Would you like to share with us some opportunities your program has done in the past?
Sure. Yes. So here at LCC, we have a Pauhana performance, which is done at the end of every semester. And this is highlighting all of our performing arts classes, dance, acting, hula as well, and voice. So every semester, we have that on the main stage. Also, this semester, our very first musical theater review will take place on our main stage. And I'm hoping every semester that I teach it, I'll be able to offer that as a main stage performance opportunity.
Awesome. So for you, what's the most rewarding part of seeing your students grow as musicians and as people?
Oh my gosh, I love it when we have breakthroughs in class. So breakthroughs can be the smallest thing as just singing on pitch, singing the right words, just minor things. And I love seeing the look on their faces, and not only look on their faces, but the rest of the class as well. Because we do a lot of in-class performances, so everybody gets to see everybody else's journey, because everybody starts on a different path, when they come to see me. Everybody's voice is different. Yes. So it's just amazing to have them realize, oh, I can actually sing. I'm like, of course you can sing. So that's really a wonderful moment that I get to see and my students get to see as well.
That is so awesome. So what advice do you give to students who want to pursue a career in music?
Oh, a career in music, it's a tough one, I'll be honest. It is tough. You really have to be determined and know your craft very, very well, and also network with integrity. Because, it can, like I said, it can be tough. And you just have to be brave and have the confidence within yourself. Surround yourself with positive people as well. And hopefully, taking this journey and getting to what you would like to be or become will help you get there.
Oh, great. That was an awesome answer. So before we end, Jamie, is there anything else you would like to add, or any advice you would like to give our students before we end?
Sure. when you come to take a voice class, for example, I don't expect students to become professionals and move in that direction. The whole point, I feel, and for my class and for my teaching, is to gain confidence and for students to find their own voice. That's really the foundation of where I think singing comes from. You got to have that foundation. You got to be familiar with your own voice and not sound like somebody else, because that's no fun. The process in your journey is then kind of stripped from your honesty. So I really feel like finding your own voice, it's a good thing. And like I said, you don't have to be a professional singer, but it is something that I feel everybody should maybe have the opportunity to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. So again, thank you for being here, Jaime. It was great having you here on Career Connect.
Thank you.
We would love to see you again in the future.
Thank you.
Mahalo for tuning into Career Connect. We hope today's conversation gave you insight, inspiration, and a few takeaways you can apply to your own journey. If you're a Leeward Community College alumni or current student and ready to take the next step, Career Central is here to support you every step of the way. Schedule an appointment with us online, and don't forget to subscribe to Career Connect for more stories, advice, and pathways. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving towards your future.